Okay, and welcome to Stanford Twin Rinks, home of the Mid-Fairfield 2010 Junior Rangers. We're going to get going here just in a second. We were a little delayed. The previous game, the girls game, went a few minutes more. And so this is the first game in quite a while for the 2010 Mid-Fairfield team. They had a long break over Christmas holiday break. So we're renewing acquaintances with an old foe, the Woodbridge Wolfpack out of New Jersey. And this is a team that highly physical, skilled team, so it should be a good matchup for the 2010's return. And you're going to notice a couple of things today. I haven't done this in a couple of weeks, so I'll probably screw up a few calls at least. And this rink is super cold, and I am super unprepared. So Chris and I were racing out of the house this morning. So you might hear my teeth chattering, but and also Chris is in net today. So you get to deal with both of those things for your announcer today. So you see the parents all filing in.
Be all right. It's getting old. Yeah.
So we'll get going here shortly. Jimmy sliding by without a care in the world because his son has the afternoon game. We've got Mr. Beck on camera today and Mr. Scranton as our assistant that we always seem to need. And we'll get going here. Coach giving the last bit of instructions. I know today Devin Beck will be out. He'll make a return next weekend. He had a procedure and he'll be good to go next weekend, but he is out for today. But I know he's on the bench cheering on his teammates. So just last bit of glove taps to Chris and net. And so to start, Hannah at the center position with Scranton and Johnston up front. Shunk and Cuccaro back on D. Here we go. Win by the Wolfpack to gain the zone immediately, dump into the side of Fage. Cuccaro gives chase behind Fage, taps it over. Back up out to the blue line. Pack moving the puck pretty cleanly so far. Finally, Hannah able to settle it down. Tries to hit Scranton in stride, misfires, and there's going to be an icing. So 15:32, Wolfpack coming out blazing the first 30 seconds of this matchup. So Correa is at center along with Heckel and Ludke. Zoo and Klingenstein out on D. Win by Mid-Fairfield. Klingenstein up within the corner. He's challenged immediately. Wolfpack all over him. Puck goes dribbling behind Fage. Zoo gives chase. Shot out to the side of Fage. He's able to turn it away. And Mid-Fairfield's able to just get it out. Rolling puck all the way down. Icing will be waved off. Ludke on the good forecheck. Correa with a hit. And the puck now dribbles behind the Wolfpack goalkeeper. Zoo now, along with one Wolfpack player. Fage with a nice save with a stick. Fage able to get a stick on the puck. Vinny Zoo was in competition with the Wolfpack winger trying to get his body on him. Now they're going to have a penalty. a hold on Zoo, but Fage managed to get a stick on it. Wolfpack came to play this first period. They are fired up. So the penalty killers, Malefus is out there with Yoon, Ruff, and Schwarz. They're having some issues with the scoreboard. They put up 2-minute penalty, but I think it's $1:30, so they're gonna just, looks like they told coach they're gonna let him out at 1:30. Win by the Wolfpack, battling back to the blue line. Cross blue line pass. Oh, and let's see, Lucas Ruff now with a breakaway across the blue line for the Wolfpack. Out in front, shoots and scores! Lucas Ruff with a short-handed goal. And mid-Fairfield, I think it was Yanni Malefus who's got that ability to just throw his stick out there and poke the pass. The blue line pass in his own zone, and Ruff saw it, went streaking through the neutral zone, picked it up, and raced down to beat the Wolfpack goalkeeper. So at 14:24, mid-Fairfield strikes first. Malefus with the win, drives Schwartz back. Schwartz high up off the glass and out of the zone. Warner fields it from the Wolfpack and dumped in behind Fage. Wolfpack trying to get set up, and another steal by Malefus. And here goes Yanni Malefus with that speed. Malefus, unable to get a full shot, still with the puck, another shot. And it's behind the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper didn't see it, was actually behind the net. Yanni Malefus with a couple of shorthanded opportunities. Looked like he had the goalie beat. And another turnover, and here comes Hannah, who dumps in behind the Wolfpack goalkeeper. Fielded and left there. Hannah forces the issue. And here come the Wolfpack to gain the zone. Warner now tries to get by. Fage able to get at least a glove on it to knock it over the net. O'Neal now into the corner, loses his stick. Wolfpack back up with it to the top of the key. They dump it back in the corner. Wolfpack still with it. Penalties expired. Shunk now drives it over to the other side. O'Neal gives chase with Hannah. And the puck now behind the net. Hannah just trying to get it out. Correa able to knock it off the boards and into the neutral zone. Stolen back by Correa, who gains the Wolfpack zone. Shot, and it's deflected off a player. Shunk now up with it. Taps it off the boards, but Wolfpack recover in the neutral zone. Correa and Scranton with big hits on the Wolfpack players. Here comes Scranton up with the puck, trying to feed Ludke, unable to hit him cleanly, and the puck's loose in the neutral zone. Puck dumped in. Fage fields it, leaves it for Shunk. Out to the defenseman. Another shot, blocker saved by Fage. Heckel now up with it, overskates it. And here comes mid-Fairfield. Heckel now up with it. Gets by one defenseman. Out in front. Crashes into the goalkeeper. The puck goes behind. Ludke there. Zoo keeps it in temporarily, but it's blocked effectively by the Wolfpack. Oh, mid-Fairfield falls down right in front of Fage, who's able to secure the puck. So the mid-Fairfield defenseman lost an edge there, but fortunately Fage able to throw a glove on it and stop play at 11:32 in the first period. So the penalty has, it's expired. Malefus at the center. Zoo trying to throw it up all high on the glass, but Wolfpack force it in. Klingenstein with a big hit into the corner. Klingenstein with another hit. Wolfpack back up with it. Shot. And it's pad save off of Feich. Another save by Feich out in front. Swept away. All right, folks, and sorry, we are back, and you did miss some things. Cullen Correa with a beautiful goal to put Mid-Fairfield up 2-0. Shot by O'Neill from the blue line, and Correa with the tip. So Mid-Fairfield trying to get things settled down. Stolen by the Wolfpack, but then Scott had no one to pass to, just turns it back over in the Mid-Fairfield zone. Both teams struggling with possession here. Nice pass to Vartanian was Malefus, and Vartanian is just shoved to the ice. Malefus back up with it, but turns it over behind the Wolfpack net. Cross-ice pass from the Wolfpack to no one. Klingenstein up with it, gains the zone. Klingenstein up with the puck, pass to Scranton, unable to get a stick on it. Another long pass that's stolen by Klingenstein, who tries dumping it in, but it's turned over right back to the Wolfpack. Schwartz now up with it. Over to Johnston, who throws it back up to Hanna. Hanna passes it to Schwartz. And it's in the Wolfpack zone. Cross-ice pass. Schwartz and Scranton fighting for possession. Puck goes into the Mid-Fairfield corner. Klingenstein with a hit, out in front by Feich. Nobody there though. Dog leg off the end board, but Wolfpack back up with it out to the blue line. Shot! Unable to hit the net. Pass back to the Wolfpack defenseman, but it ends up hitting their own net, so no one was there. Oh, stolen by Correa! Shot off the pad of the Wolfpack goalkeeper. Cullen Correa coming out the first period with a fantastic few shifts. Yoon forced to retreat, leaves it for O'Neill. Oh, stolen! Yoon able to prevent the Wolfpack turnover. Correa now up with it, passes it over to Ludke, who dumps in. 5:42 left. Vartanian reverses course with the puck, back to Correa. Wolfpack back up with it, but overshoot their winger. O'Neill at center ice, dumps back in. O'Neill pinches in. Malefus playing defense, able to dump it in. Shot on the Wolfpack netminder, who covers up. 5:10 left to play. So good period out of Mid-Fairfield so far. We apologize about the technical issues and the lack of me being able to speak, but we'll get through this. So Shunk and Guccaro out on D. Quick shot on the Wolfpack goalkeeper. It's turned away. Lucas Ruff, Malefus, and Vartanian out there. Guccaro is able to field the errant pass. Shunk tries to feather it to Vartanian, who gains the zone. Vartanian is able to dump back in. Malefus gives chase out in front. Oh, shot by Ruff, but it's off the side of the net. Puck's still loose. And finally, the Wolfpack come up with it through the neutral zone, dump in on Feich, who sticks it, leaves it for Shunk, who tries feathering it off the boards, but Wolfpack player forces the issue. Bartani with a nice pass to Malefus, who dumps in over the center line. And Fairfield goes for some fresh legs. Shunk fighting for possession. Gets it to Johnston. Johnston at the end board behind the net. Leaves it for Scranton. Johnston back up with it over to Kakaro, who pinches in. Shot! Deflects off a couple of Wolfpack players. Shunk able to keep it in. Nice pass by Shunk over to Scranton in the slot. Unable to hit it. A beautiful pass by Shunk to set up that scoring chance. Oh, now Wolfpack, we're going to have a breakaway, but unable to field it cleanly. But they gain the zone nonetheless. Nice shot by mid-Fairfield to deny that. Hanna gets it over, but it's turned back over at the blue line. Kakaro now back up with it. Kakaro fighting for possession. That's that area of the rink that's got a big dip in the ice. Puck does funny things over there. Scranton now cross ice. Tries to hit Johnston in stride too much. Wolfpack player overskates it. Turns it over, and here comes Scranton. Puts a shot on net, unable to hit it. Correa now with a good forecheck. Correa with a steal, gets it to Klingenstein, who fires it on net that's gloved and dropped. Long pass that Klingenstein steals. Dumps it back in, but it's turned over. Shot! Fates with a save! So 2:26 left in the first period. Just mid-Fairfield defenseman, just with a lack of communication there. But the three of them able to figure it out and stop the puck. Correa at center. Win by Correa. It's feathered off by Schwarz, unable to get it fully out. Schwarz has to retreat into the corner. Still a battle, puck's loose. And here comes Ludke up with it. He skates it out of the zone. Ludke across center ice. Hounded by a couple of Wolfpack players, lets the puck go to Heckel. Ludke picks it back up, slides it over to Yoon. Shot! It's off a couple of players and thrown out of the zone. Schwarz back over to Yoon. Over to Schwarz, who feeds Correa. Correa in the slot. Pad saved by the Wolfpack goalkeeper. Wolfpack back up with it, throw it out of the zone. Mid-Fairfield forced to retreat. It's thrown out into the neutral zone. Ludke picks up the loose puck, circles around, gives it to Schwarz. Can't field it cleanly. And here come the Wolfpack again to the neutral zone. Nice play by Ruff to tip the puck to the streaking player. Steal by Ruff, who overskates it. And it's just thrown out of the mid-Fairfield zone. And again, thrown back into the neutral zone. Both teams struggling with possession here. Yoon forced to retreat. Wolfpack shot off the side of the net. Oh yeah! So the Wolfpack player with a behind-the-back shot, and the Wolfpack players thought they had put the puck in, but the puck was squeezed between Chris Faitch's legs, well out into the crease. So mid-Fairfield dodging a bullet there with 41 seconds left. Hanna at center with the win. O'Neill throws it to the other side, tipped out into the neutral zone. Scranton now with a forecheck. Picked up by Hanna, who dumps in the Wolfpack zone. And the puck just thrown out. That should be an icing. And it is. So 18 seconds left in the first period. Mid-Fairfield up 2-0. Hannah at the face-off. He's got Johnston up there with him and Scranton. Shunk and O'Neill back on D. So win shot by O'Neill. It's off the pad of the Wolfpack goalkeeper. Forced in by O'Neill. Puck goes over to the opposite side. Long pass out in front. Saved with Faich by the stick. So Mid-Fairfield comes up big the last 18 seconds. So we'll take a short break here, and then we'll bring you the second period.
Just pulling this out. Whoops. Somebody. You sure you don't need a break?
That's fine.
You can leave it because I just unplugged the audio, and so they'll get the residual.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
All right.
Cold, huh? Yeah. I should have brought a blanket. Good save. It's playing good. How you been? Okay. Good holiday? Yeah. You get a good Christmas gift? Yeah, what'd you get? What was your favorite? Oh, I want one of those. How about you? Did you get one? Did you get it?
Usually it's sick. People are sick and you laugh at them. 4 or 5 days. Diarrhea. No fun.
You ready? Sorry, I was just catching up on Christmas gifts.
Welcome back on. Okay, and welcome back to the second period at Stanford Twin Rinks. So an entertaining first period for Mid-Fairfield. A shorthanded goal by Ruff. Another goal by Correa on a tip-in. So we've got Lukey out there with Heckel and Correa. Win by Correa over to Schwarz and Klingenstein. Dumped in. Heckel gives chase. Puck out to Schwarz. Shot. Tipped. But it goes whistling by the net. Oh, blind pass by Lukey, but intercepted by Klingenstein. It was a turnover. Lukey back up with it to Correa. Bobs and weaves out in front. Oh, and let's see, Heckel is hammered to the ice. No call, and that should be an icing. So 15-17 left in the second period. Correa, let's see. So Hannah at the center with Johnston and Scranton. Win by the Wolfpack. They throw it in. Wolfpack players comes out. Faich comes way out of net to field the puck. Nice save by Chris Faich. Very aggressive play. Doesn't allow him to field the puck. Gaccaro intercepts, leaves it for Hannah at the key. Shot! Saved by the Wolfpack goalkeeper and up into the netting. So Scranton getting into the mix with one of the Wolfpack players. Christmas has already passed, so probably not asking for the address, but for Christmas cards to get them next year. So Scranton will have a seat, offsetting penalties. Win by Mid-Fairfield. Shot by Johnston. Gaccaro streaks in, throws it into the end board. Ruff now. Over to Johnston. Some errant passing by mid-Fairfield, and here comes Warner from the Wolfpack. Saved by Faitch off the side, goes right back to the Wolfpack player. Loose out in front, still loose. Wolfpack now hunting. Saved by Faitch. Oh, beautiful save, and Johnson comes in to field the puck. Ruff now racing down. Nice play by Lucas Ruff. Lots of long passes here by both teams. Warner up with it, shot, saved by Faitch. Out in front. And Chris Faitch with a glove to keep mid-Fairfield up 2-0. So the Wolfpack again coming out in the second period, flying around here. But so far, mid-Fairfield's been able to match. Malefus with the win, out to the defenseman, who whiffs on the puck. Heckel now has got it, he's just thrown to the ice. So delayed penalty here. Ludke up with it. Faitch races out. And we'll stop play here at 13:23. Heckel just wrestled to the ice by the Wolfpack player. So mid-Fairfield will go on its first power play of the day. So you're gonna have your number one power play unit out there. Malefus, Ruff, Heckel, Ludke, and Shunk. Win by mid-Fairfield, Malefus up with it, over to Shunk. Shot by Heckel, unable to hit the net. Oh, and it goes the wrong way and whistles out of the zone. Shunk forced to retreat. Leaves it for Malefus, who skates it out of his own zone, cross center ice, gains the Wolfpack zone, shot! Oh, the goalie didn't know where it was for a second, was behind him. Ludke now throws it back out to Shunk, cross ice pass to Heckel. Heckel back up to Malefus, back to Heckel, shot! Loose out in front, skips by. Ruff is able to keep it in. Over to Malefus, back to Heckel. Back to Shunk, big shot, loose out in front. Nice save by the Wolfpack goalkeeper. So again, Lucas Ruff is like a man possessed out there, keeping the puck again in the zone to give mid-Fairfield a couple of chances on their first power play opportunity of the day. So coach brings out his second unit. He's got Correa out there with Hannah, Johnston, Coccaro, and Scranton. Win by mid-Fairfield. Scranton picks it up, slides it over to Coccaro, back to Scranton, back to Coccaro, over to Hannah, shot loose out in front. Another save. Correa at center. The face off. And Correa actually lands on the puck. Goes out to Scranton. Throws it back over to Hannah. Hannah's shot. It's off the goalkeeper. Back out to Hannah. Throws it out to Coccaro. Scranton. Over to Correa. Back to Hannah. Back to Scranton. Scranton pinches in. Shot. Loose out in front. Hannah with a shot. Another block by the Wolfpack. And now they're going to have numbers here, but they overshoot their player. Nice play by Correa to keep it in. There you got Scranton with a shot and a score! Beautiful shot by Kai Scranton. That was all set up by Colin Correa, who made the brilliant play, keeping the puck in the zone just pinned his body against the glass, forcing the puck to stay in the Wolfpack zone. Kai Scranton, the beneficiary, and Mid-Fairfield goes up 3-0 over the Wolfpack. So Malefis at center with Ruff and Vartanian. Klingenstein throws it back in the zone. Wolfpack recover. Klingenstein now forced to retreat. Comes up with a puck. Feathers it up to Ruff. But Ruff turns it over at the blue line, but Klingenstein's able to force it out. Malefis with the steal to Vartanian. And O'Neill tries to get it to Malefis, overshoots it. Wolfpack back up with it. Ruff now with the active forecheck. Back into the Mid-Fairfield zone. O'Neill throws it back over to Klingenstein, who gets it. Both lines look a little tired here. Finally, Mid-Fairfield is able to get it out over to Ruff. Ruff gains the zone. Nice pass over to Vartanian, unable to hit the tape though. Vartanian forcing it back into the Wolfpack zone. Wolfpack gain the zone, slide it over along the blue line. O'Neill up with it over to Heckel, loses the handle. Wolfpack back up with it, throw it in. Faitch able to field it with his stick, but the Wolfpack with an active forecheck. Oh, it's loose out in front. Mid-Fairfield able to gain control as Schwarz. Schwarz skates it out. Taps it over to Heckel. Back over to Lukey. Big hit. Oh, Heckel now with the steal. Shot. It deflects off a player's stick. Mid-Fairfield still battling here. Over to Schwarz with a shot, unable to hit the net. Lukey gives chase. He's got Yoon at the blue line. Yoon now up with it. Shot. Oh, it was deflected by a stick from Mid-Fairfield, but nice save by the Wolfpack goalkeeper. So there's going to be a icing. So one thing to keep an eye on with this Wolfpack team, they definitely love these long passes. Definitely two-line passes, trying to hit their wingers in stride here. But so far, Mid-Fairfield has been wise to that. So we've got Hannah out there with Scranton and Johnston. Kakaro and Zoo out on D. Win out to Zoo with a shot. Goes out to the opposite corner. Johnston leaves it for Hannah, who's hammered into the boards. Zoo pinches in, dumps back into the corner. Zoo still behind the net with the puck. And here come the Wolfpack across the slot, or across the blue line. Nice play by Mid-Fairfield. Good defensive play. Back in, tipped, but off into the corner. Nice block by Mid-Fairfield again. That was Scranton with a big block shot. Another block by Mid-Fairfield. Out in front, saved by Faitch. Oh, and so Chris Faitch made the initial save, but the puck was loose out in front. And the Wolfpack able to tap it in. So 9:12 left in the second period. Mid-Fairfield finally surrenders the first goal. Looked like Faitch had made another brilliant save, but Mid-Fairfield unable to sweep it out in time. So Malefis at center. He's got Ruff and Vartanian out there. Win by the Wolfpack. Off of a player's skate, the Wolfpack recover. Fage thought that was going to be an icing, but no call. Still pinned along the boards. Wolfpack back up with it. Still pinned along the boards by Shunk. So Mid-Fairfield's going to go on the penalty kill here. Vartanian just sweeping at the puck, but managed to get a player's skates. So he's going to go off for 1:30. So critical point in the game, 7:45 left in the second period. Mid-Fairfield on the penalty kill. Malefus battling for the puck, but Wolfpack come up with it out to their own blue line. Oh, steal by Malefus. Races across. He's got one defenseman beat. Oh, just couldn't get by the second one. So Yoon back. Wolfpack set up. A nice hit by Mid-Fairfield, forces it out.
Nice job, Lucas!
So Lucas Ruff, I believe, with a key play there. And the Wolfpack player tries to throw it in the Mid-Fairfield zone, but it looks like it goes into the Wolfpack bench. So 46 seconds left. And the face-off will be at center ice. So Heckel, Correa, O'Neill, and Kleinstein will be your penalty killers. So win by the Wolfpack. The puck deflects off a Wolfpack stick up into their own bench. 5:50 left to play in the second period. 36 seconds left in the penalty to Vartanian. Correa at center. Nice play by Heckel to force the puck deep in, and he's wisely, he's going to take that puck and just pin it along the boards. Heckel doing a great job, just wasting time on the penalty. So this is going to be an offside on Mid-Fairfield. Taking it center ice here, 14 seconds left in the penalty. Braden Heckel wasting a lot of the time there, just pinning the puck along the boards. So Correa at center. Win by the Wolfpack. Gain the zone, throw it behind Fage. Out to their defenseman. Shot, unable to hit the net. And Heckel able to lift the puck out. Kleinstein forced to retreat. Throws it out to Heckel. But out to the Wolfpack. But Correa with a nice block. Kleinstein forced to retreat again. He's hounded by a couple of players. Gets it over to O'Neill. And again, the puck's back into the Mid-Fairfield zone. Kleinstein leaves it for O'Neill. Oh, went off of one of the Wolfpack players, so no icing here. Wolfpack goalie forced to field it. He's got Malefus now up with it over to Lutke. Shot. Malefus now feeds Ruff. Another shot, and it's grabbed out of the air. So both teams exchanging pleasantries. It looks like the ref's going to have none of it. Takes player from each squad, escorts them off to the penalty box. So 5:23 left. Mid-Fairfield kills off the penalty there. Malefus back at center. He's got Vartanian and Ruff out there. Yoon and Schwarz on D. Win by the Wolfpack. Another long pass. Overskates it. And there's Lucas Ruff with a beautiful play. Give and go, but unable to handle it cleanly. Lucas Ruff with an outstanding game. Pass out in front. Schwarz up with it. Shot. A little too high, and the goalie, I believe, deflected it off there. Lucas Ruff just with tremendous vision out there. Just outstanding passing, setting up teammates. So 4:59 left in the second period. Hannah out there with Johnston and Scranton. Picaro and Zoo out on D. Finally, the Wolfpack settle it down, but are harassed. Picaro is going to go off. So Mid-Fairfield just killed off a penalty. Now it's going to have to kill off another one. Very uncharacteristic of Matty Picaro there. Got his hands up, knocked the player to the ice. So another critical point of the game here. We've got Scranton at center. Wolfpack win right away. Out to their own blue line. Out to the point. Shot. Oh, Fates thought he had it, but it was loose. And here comes Scranton now. He picks up the loose change, throws it into the opposite corner. Into the mid-Fairfield zone, splits the guys and beats Fage. So the Wolfpack comes storming back here now. 2 unanswered goals on Mid-Fairfield to close this to a tight game now, 3-2. So the Wolfpack player just grabbed the puck and split the Mid-Fairfield defenseman. So there's no sleeping on this Wolfpack team. They are a skilled physical team. So Mid-Fairfield's got some work to do here. And there's going to be an icing. So Malefus is out there with Ruff and Heckel, Klingenstein and Zoo. Heckel off of Malefus's right shoulder. So win by the Wolfpack. Just thrown out. There'll be another icing call. 3:40 left in the second period. Malefus at center. Out to Klingenstein, shot on the ice, but turned away by the goalkeeper. Braden with it, Heckel with a nice play. Ruff gets loose. Malefus now tries to feed Ruff, unable to get it there. Heckel now, these are for Klingenstein, shot, blocked by the Wolfpack defenseman. Heckel now still up with the puck. He's got Malefus there. Nice save by the Wolfpack goalkeeper. Pinned along the boards. And here come the Wolfpack. They're going to have numbers, but they... So behind the play, you've got Heckel and the Wolfpack player going at it. So both players are going to go off for a little bit here. So 2:56 left. Hannah at the face-off. He's got Johnston and Lukey out there. Yoon and Schwartz. Lukey able to keep in, dumps behind. Hannah gives chase. Behind the net is Johnston. Back over to Hannah. Out in front. Lukey with a shot. Another shot. Yoon is able to collect. Puck tipped over. Johnston unable to gain control, but now Schwartz is there. Bounding puck leaves it for Lukey, who dumps it in. Hannah now intercepts. Hannah now looking in front, but only Wolfpack players there. Schwartz is forced to retreat along with Lukey. Lukey comes up with it, but a steal. Both teams keep turning it over back and forth. Finally, Yoon gets on his horse and is able to tap it out. And there's going to be an offside here. 1:58 left in the second period. So Malefus at center. He's got Correa out there with Kakaro. Kakaro slides it over to Zoo. Tips it off to Correa, unable to complete the deal though. Here comes Malefus at center ice. Malefus now with a shot, and it's gloved out of the air. Nice save by the Wolfpack goalkeeper. Shot, deflected off a couple of players. Correa slides it over to Malefus, who's pinned all along the boards. Thrown out to Zoo. Shot, loose out in front. But the Wolfpack goalkeeper is able to jump on the puck and stop play here at 1:28 left in the second period. So Malefus at center, he's got Correa out there and Scranton, Kokaro and Zoo on D. Okay, the Wolfpack players got to go out. New centerman comes in. Win by mid-Fairfield. Scranton up with it, hits the brakes, reverses course. Scranton still with a puck in the corner. He's been trying to get it out to the defenseman, but is hounded by the Wolfpack players. Finally, the puck turned over. And Zoo up with the errant pass, skates a little, gains the zone. Shot off the goalkeeper, loose out in front. Zoo still, who's pinched in, feeds. Mid-Fairfield, and now here come the Wolfpack. With Fairfield able to force the issue, and here comes Malefus through the neutral zone. Shot. Saved by the Wolfpack goalkeeper. Pins it along the post. 38 seconds left. Coach changes out. So Shunk and O'Neill will be your defensemen. He's got Hannah, Lutke, and Ruff out there. Hannah at the center. Win by the Wolfpack. They throw it to the opposite corner. Shunk tries to pinch in. Lutke there with the steal to Ruff. Shot. Knuckler goes into the opposite corner. Mid-Fairfield dumps back in. 20 seconds left. Wolfpack trying that long stretch pass. And they gain the zone again. Puck now to the opposite corner. And that's the end of the second period. So we'll take a short break here and bring you the conclusion of today's game. 3-2, we'll be back in a minute.
Just got Brody this weekend.
Yeah, I was looking for it because I didn't see anybody. I didn't see you yesterday, obviously.
Yeah.
Hey! How are you? Good to see you. How's everything?
Good to see you. It's good.
Good. Pretty. You caught a good game.
Yeah, very good. Is this team good?
Yeah.
Where are they from?
New Jersey. Yeah, they're ranked ahead of us.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, they're good.
Good.
Did you have a good holiday?
I did. How are you?
Yeah, great. Good time with family
Oh,
and
good. Yeah.
all that fun stuff.
That's good. Nice goal.
Oh, good.
5-4.
Yeah. That's his. He likes that.
Nice feisty too, which is good.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
game. I've never seen an actual fight before.
I know. That's.
Did they kick him out?
No, I think they only gave him like 2 and a 10. I know. I was worried that this guy drove all the way from New Jersey to play 2/3 of the game because I figured they'd get kicked out for this game.
Okay. Great to see you.
I'll watch what I got.
Okay. All right. Safe trip. Happy holidays.
All right. Let's try to survive this one. Am I back on? Okay. All right, and welcome back to the third period. So we got 15 minutes to decide this one. Got Hannah at the center position, wins it, throws it back to Shunk. And the Woodbridge Wolfpack are able to recover, throws it in on Faich. Okay, sorry about that, folks. Back out to the center. Faich forced to field it, leaves it for Shunk. Throws it to Lutke, but stolen by the Wolfpack out in front to the side of Faich. Nobody home. Out to the Wolfpack defenseman who just throws it in behind Faich again. Shunk trying to settle things down. Lutke now with the steal. Tries to leave it for Ruff. Back to Shunk. Shot way up in the air. Hannah now behind the net. Leaves it for Shunk. Another shot deflected off of a Wolfpack stick. Lutke up with it. Stolen by the Wolfpack. Thrown over to Shunk. He's got some skating room, then taps it in. Oh, Correa forces the issue with the steal. Nice play by Correa, out to Shunk. Back to Scranton, shot, save.
Nice play, boys.
So 14:26 left in the third period. Outstanding play by Colin Correa again to keep the puck behind the Wolfpack netminder. Malefus with the win, shot by Yoon, unable to hit the net. Malefus using that speed, but breakaway, save! Oh, Chris Faich comes up large again with a big save. Yanni Malefus flying down the ice to try to prevent the shot, but still the Wolfpack get a shot off and Faich is able to glove it. Sticked aside by Faich up into the glass. And Yoon picks up the loose change. Nice pass by Yoon to Malefus. Malefus got one player to beat. Blocker saved by the Wolfpack netminder. So 14 even left in the third period. Both teams receiving some outstanding play here. Puck's loose out in front. Vartanian out in front. Shore's able to dump it back in. Heckel now gives chase. Lutke throws it back to Heckel. Oh, tried to feed Schwarz, unable to do so. Klingenstein forced to retreat. Klingenstein throws it up to Lutke. Lutke across center ice.
That's a trip.
No call by the ref. Should have been a trip there. Puck dumped in. Heckel now. Over to Schwarz. Back to Lutke. Back to Heckel. Out in front. Lutke back up with it. And a save by the Wolfpack goalkeeper. Lutke kept looking in the center in that slot area, but mid-Fairfield unable to get there with a stick down.
No, I'm good.
So Hanna at the face-off. He's got Screen out there with Johnston, Zoo, and Kakaro out on D. So we had a lucky souvenir that managed to get out. Zoo now with a shot, deflects off a couple of players. Oh, Zoo with a nice steal there. And Hanna able to dump it in. Forecheck by Johnston and Scranton. Johnston with it, backhander, unable to hit the net. And Zoo forced to retreat, rolling puck. Oh, and he's hammered to the ice. Kakaro now back with the puck. Oh, he's ridden off. Wolfpack steal the puck. Shot, and it deflects off of Zoo's legs. Wolfpack behind Faich. Dangerous place here for mid-Fairfield. Shot blocked by Scranton. Johnston with the forecheck. Now Ruff comes to the aid. Dumped in behind Faich. Oh, you can see Yanni Malefis just eyeing that one up. Yanni Malefis was about an inch away from having a breakaway opportunity there, but just couldn't get enough on the pass. So 11:23 left in the third period. Malefis at center. He's got Ruff out there with Carre. Win by Wolfpack. Shunk tries to feed it up to Malefis. A little too strong on the pass. And it's dumped in behind Faich. Faich watching that dog leg there. Wolfpack all over the puck here. Wolfpack now on the side of Faich. Faich uses his stick to throw it back out to their defenseman. Wolfpack still with it, hounded by O'Neill. Wolfpack back up with it, slides it over. Beautiful play by Lucas Ruff, who feeds Malefis. Leaves it for Carre's shot. Oh, beautiful save by the Wolfpack goalkeeper here. Good, fantastic passing by mid-Fairfield. Sets up Carre right out in front. But the Wolfpack goalkeeper able to flash the leather there and stop mid-Fairfield. 10:39 left in the third period.
From there, all the way, right? All good, right?
So Heckel at center. He's got Lutke out there with Scranton. Lutke up with the puck. Saved by the goalkeeper. Klingenstein forced to retreat. Leaves it for Heckel. Back up to Klingenstein, unable to complete the deal. Long pass. Yoon able to get his stick on it. Klingenstein up with it. Wolfpack with the steal, back up with the puck. Klingenstein hammers the winger up into the glass. Green now with a shot. Klingenstein gets a stick on it. And Fairfield just trying to get it out here. Yoon now forced to retreat. Throws it over to Scranton. Scranton now up with it. Lifts it up off the glass. Bounding puck fielded at center ice. Ludke with the forecheck. Cuccaro now into the corner. Wolfpack player overskates it, and here comes Ludke. Ludke and Scranton now. Scranton tries to pass it over to Ludke, a little too much on it. Ludke still with the puck, throws it up into the corner, 9:59 left. Johnston now skates in, dumps back into the corner. He's got Hannah there. Oh, tried to connect to Johnston, just a little too much on the pass. Shores tries to pinch in. Cuccaro now back up with it, over to Hannah. Tries to hit Johnston again. Shores able to tap in. Good stick lift by Correa to force the puck back in. Correa with his nifty skating shot, and he beats the Wolfpack goalkeeper. They're gonna wave it off. High stick.
He hit the goal.
We hit the goal. Oh, did he? Okay. All right. So what they say here is that Correa made a nifty move there to get around the player, but Mid Fairfield ran into the goalie. So no high stick. I think he's explaining it to Cuccaro. So golden scoring chance for Mid Fairfield goes by the board here. So Hannah at the center, win by Mid Fairfield, back to Cuccaro. Cuccaro across center ice, gets it in. Wolfpack goalkeeper comes out to field it. Gets it to Correa, shot! Saved by the goalkeeper. Back out to Shores. Shores pinches in, shot! Loose out in front, behind the net now. Johnston now up with it. Slides it over to Shores, back in front. Tries to get it to Hannah. Over to Cuccaro. Cuccaro doesn't know where it is. Now finally fields it. Oh, it goes through, I believe it went through the crease. Correa now tries to feather it to Schwartz. Schwartz got some skating room. Turns it over at the blue line. Zoo now with a rolling puck throws it up in the air back into the Woodbridge zone. And Fairfield goes for a shift change. Back and forth the turnovers go. Heckel now with the steal. Heckel now all by himself. Loses the handle. With Fairfield now, puck is dumped behind O'Neill. Gets a stick on it. Zoo's there to help out his teammate. Throws it over to Ruff, but dumped back in. Wolfpack behind Feach, off the side of the net. Wolfpack back up with it again. Dump back in, behind Feach again. Still behind Feach. Out to the Wolfpack defenseman who dumps it back in again. O'Neill there. Still kept back in. Feach able to stick it to the side. Zoo now hammered into the glass. Back out to Green, who throws it over. Another shot. Faich is able to come. That was a beautiful save by Chris Faich. The puck looked like it was tipped in midair, and he was still able to glove it. 5:45, Mid-Fairfield clinging to a 1-goal lead right now. So Correa at center. He's got Scranton out there. So win by the Wolfpack. Out to their defenseman. Cycles the puck around. Klingenstein trying to get a stick on it, throws it to the other side, but only Wolfpack players are there. Blocked by Mid-Fairfield. Correa gets on his horse, gets to the opposite side quickly. Puck pinned along the boards. Scranton now desperately just trying to get the puck out. Shunk forced to retreat. And finally, Ludke is able to feather it out, so there'll be an icing here. But that's okay. 5:03 left in the third period. Mid-Fairfield gets some fresh legs out. So Heckel, let's see, Hannah, and Johnston up front. So the ref is talking to one of the Wolfpack players. Is that equipment issue? Win by the Wolfpack. Slides the puck off into the corner, out in front. Faich just got a glove on it. Or went high up into the air, unable to field it cleanly. Again, Mid-Fairfield just struggling to get it. Shot, saved by Faich. And here comes Johnston now. Leaves it for Hannah, shot! And it's right into the stomach of the Wolfpack goalkeeper. 4:37 left to play in the third period. So coach will run with the same group here. Hannah's got Heckel off his shoulder.
Good job, Jack.
Stolen by Mid-Fairfield's Hannah. Heckel now up with it. Wolfpack back with a steal, but off his skates. Hannah lifts it high up into the air. So 4:07 left to play. Jack Shore is making a good play, absorbing the hit into the corner to prevent the odd man rush. So Malefus at center. He's got Ruff out there with Scranton. Picaro and Zoo win by... Fielded by Warner. Shot! It's off of Faich's pads. Wolfpack just hunting here. Ruff just tries to throw it over, unable to do so. Picaro fields it like an infielder, throws it over to Scranton. Scranton with a pass out in front to Malefus, unable to get a shot on net. Ready. Scranton back to Zoo. They lose the zone, but throws it back out to Picaro. Stolen by the Wolfpack. Scranton tries to feed it to Malefus, a little too strong on the pass. Loose out in front! Oh, Mid-Fairfield sweeps it away. Ludke wisely dumps it in. Scranton gets there first, though. Fields, surveys, throws it cross ice. Klingenstein unable to get there in time. Throws it back over to O'Neill. Throwing it back and forth, both teams. Correa gets there first, gets it to Ludke. Correa now up with it, throws it over to Klingenstein, who throws it high up into the air.
Go.
Correa overskates it, but there's Ludke there to pick the pocket. Throws it out to Klingenstein, shot a little too high. Fage comes way out of net. Chris Fage with an outstanding play. He comes way out of net to field the puck. And Braden Heckel goes crashing to the ice. O'Neill chips it in. High stick by Ludke. So we're gonna stop play here. 1:44 left. So you can see Fage hesitate for a second, but then came flying out of the net to get there before the streaking Woodbridge player. But there's going to be a high stick here, so at 1:44 left, it's going to be back in the mid-Fairfield zone. And coach is going to take a timeout. So while we've got a break here, we will have another game this afternoon, and we'll be at STR again, Stanford Twin Rinks, and it's a 2:10 start. Joe Violante will be in net for that second game, and I won't be quite as nervous. So mid-Fairfield right now clinging to a 1-goal lead. Went up 3-0 on the Wolfpack, and then Woodbridge comes storming back with 2 goals of their own. But actually, for not playing for the last 2 weeks, seen some adept passing and defensive plays out of mid-Fairfield in Woodbridge. Some good hockey here. So Woodbridge, curiously enough, they've got their goalie out there. It's a little surprising. So Hannah at the face-off, he's got Malafis out there. Win by mid-Fairfield, but the puck goes flying off to the opposite corner. Woodbridge now up with the puck. Out to the... Saved by Fage! You've got to be kidding me! So big shot from the blue line from the Woodbridge defenseman. Tips off of a stick, and Chris Fage is able to glove the redirect somehow. So Malafis with the win. Hannah throws it to the opposite side. Scranton there working, trying to get the puck out. Woodbridge still with the puck behind Fage. Woodbridge again keeps it in. And unfortunately, mid-Fairfield was unable to get it out of the zone. 1:06 left in the third period. So Correa at center. He's going to have Heckel out there and Ruff, Kakaro and Shunk. Win by Correa, but behind the net it goes. Behind Fage. Both teams battling. Woodbridge still, finally Woodbridge pulls their goalkeeper. And they're going to call it right there, so 47 seconds left. Woodbridge is going to keep their goalkeeper, put the goalkeeper back. Correa at center. Coach is going to run with the same group here. Win by mid-Fairfield, but it's thrown into the corner. Woodbridge again able to keep it in. Oh, no. Woodbridge with a great play to keep the puck in. Oh, that was awfully quick by the ref there. So 22 seconds.
Well, that was by on purpose. Push it under there.
So Malefus coming out, take the face off. Win by mid-Fairfield. Kikaro tried, and Kikaro. So it looked like mid-Fairfield had gotten it out of the zone, but I believe it touched one of the mid-Fairfield players on the bench. So the goalie is pulled. 16 seconds left. Malefus at center. Oh, blocked by mid-Fairfield. Loose out in front. Still loose out in front, high up into the air, and that'll do it. So mid-Fairfield is able to hold on with a big 3-2 victory over the Woodbridge Wolfpack. And so that'll be it, folks. We'll see you this afternoon, but great win for mid-Fairfield.
Now we're deepen.
That's played awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, the kids, you know, I was actually surprised. They moved the puck really well today.
Yeah, they did.
They haven't played a game in 2 weeks.
I know.